What's up, guys? We are on our way to drop off the Explorer ST. We have in the back the Whipple intercooler and an MBRP exhaust that's catback with all the tips and everything on it. And then we also have spacers there in the middle. I don't know if the shop's going to put the spacers on for me or if I'm going to have to do that separately. A lot of shops don't like messing with it. But yeah, so we're on our way now to the shop, drop off the ST, get all this stuff going. Explorer's gonna sound a lot different, definitely run a lot better with that intercooler. I'll be doing a test on it probably today, and I'll throw that in this video. So super excited about the intercooler. Kind of what is on the forums right now. An ST that's on E50 tune only. Makes about 486 and close to 500 torque. Turbos are kind of maxed out at 500 torque. With the intercooler, E50 tune and exhaust should be pushing around anywhere from 515 to 530 torque and horsepower. So that would be tons of fun. An extra 50 horses on this thing would be unbelievable. Plus it's going to sound a lot better. So 530 all-wheel horsepower and all-wheel torque, that's pretty cool. Plus this thing weighs a little bit less, you know, like I want to say a Trackhawk probably makes like high 500s. I want to say a stock Trackhawk put down like 570 on a dyno that I saw, and I don't know if that's normal or it kind of seems a little bit low, but all-wheel horsepower, I'm sure you lose a little bit more to the wheels. So super excited about it. After this, and I get the tune figured out, make sure I don't need revisions on it or anything like that. I would love to get a video running my mom's RSQ8. I drove it around yesterday actually, and that thing's a beast. But you know, it makes 600 crank horsepower. It's pretty heavy. So man, I bet you it's making somewhere in the mid fives as well, but it's a little bit heavier. So I think it'll be a good race once the intercooler and the exhaust is done on the ST. All right, guys, so we just picked the car up. Only took them a few hours. I think 4 or 5 hours is all it took. We got the spacers installed. You can kind of see them right there. Got the spacers installed front and back. You can see it sits a whole lot more flush. Really happy with those. I have the lowering springs, H&R lowering springs coming in. They're just on back order, so I'm waiting on those. Just finished up a quick little wash, nothing crazy. It's not really a detail. I just kind of wiped it down, sprayed it off because it had some dirt on it. Got the intercooler installed. I'm not sure if you can see. Let's see, pop the hood real quick and we can kind of look at the intercooler. I have it running because it's so hot outside. So they threw the intercooler on, the spacers for us, and this is the thing. I'm most excited about the intercooler just because it runs a lot better, but man, the exhaust tips on this thing now, you can kind of hear it. Has a pretty nice tone to it at idle, a lot better than stock. The tips are night and day different. I mean, need to adjust that one there. I kind of see it sagging a little bit, but yeah, tips are night and day difference. I wish I would have went with the carbon fiber ones, but for an extra $500, I couldn't justify it until I heard this. Got rid of all the factory junk up to, let's see if we can see that X pipe. Maybe? I don't know if y'all can see it. There we go. X pipe connected right there to the factory flex fittings, flex tubing, X pipe all the way back, axle back exhaust. Super happy with it. Not too sure if y'all can hear that very well on camera, but man, it just made a world of difference. And with no revisions to the tune or anything, AC blowing. No revisions to the tune or anything. I did a few pulls with it and it is strong. I mean, it's only on the 93 tune. I'm waiting on the gas to go down just a little bit more, so I can fill it full of E85. Or I'm sorry, fill it up with the 85, so it'd be E50 mix. Disconnected here. I was trying to get the N gauge going. But yeah, I mean, night and day difference on this thing, and the tone is unbelievable. And inside, you really can't hear much. I mean, some little pops and revs, but I wonder if it's any different in sport. Turn the AC off so you guys can hear it. Just basically has more of a yeah, I'm just gonna take it on a little drive real quick, see if y'all can hear it. I can at least turn the AC down a little bit. Can't do any pulls with the AC off right now, it's way too hot. I'm sweating like a pig. Okay, make sure traction is off. Extremely quick, and the best part is I know it's not going to get heat soaked. That's something that it struggled from very badly here in Texas. Now that issue's fixed, I can't wait to get the I'm gonna have to get the fuel percentage down from the N-gauge, see where we're at on E85. I might be close enough, but I want to say it's more of like, it's basically like 1/3 93, 2/3 E85 to make E50, or close to that. I'll have to kind of look and see what the calculator does, or what the calculator tells me to do. But man, this thing is freaking awesome, and honestly, I love the down low noise. I was really worried about putting an exhaust on an EcoBoost platform. I did it on my truck back whenever I graduated high school. It was in 2013, and I straight piped it, and man, it sounded crazy, but for a truck, that's not the ideal thing you want. Same thing with this. You don't want anything that's just screaming. I mean, you can do like a 3-inch straight pipe on these, and they sound a lot like a GTR, which I think is pretty cool. You know, they're pretty close to the same displacement motor and everything, so makes sense why they sound similar. But you know, this is my wife's daily driver. I drive it a lot. I don't need anything that sounds ridiculous. And it kind of goes with, you know, I want it to sound a little bit better, but not like it's straight pipe to where somebody can tell that I have a lot of stuff done to it. Because right now it still looks stock. Minus the wheel spacers, which most people won't even notice, it looks like a stock car. The exhaust tips are different. So I'm sure some people will notice that. But overall, I mean, this thing is a total sleeper. This thing, the ST platform, there's a few guys that have dynoed them with the intercooler exhaust and an E50 tune, and the charts that I saw today on some of the Facebook forums and stuff like that, I mean, it made 532 horse and 531 or 530 torque, which is amazing for a car. You know, it probably weighs somewhere, give or take 200 pounds from 5,000 pounds. It probably weighs 4,800 or 5,200, something like that. So that much power is like very noticeable in a SUV, and it's still third row. I mean, I have the seats down right now because I had all the exhaust and intercoolers in it and things like that. But the fact that this is basically, you know, a mom car, if you will, or a daily driver, whatever you want to call it, and you can haul your kids around, and then you can, you know, don't even have to, but throw it in sport mode, gap a 5.0 or a SS or whatever. I mean, it's pretty cool. And the thing is, now with this intercooler, this thing really died up top, really fell on his face up top. Now with this intercooler, it should hold it a lot more, and so I'm really curious to see, once I do a wide open throttle pull from, you know, see kind of how it acts after 70 miles an hour. Because that's kind of where the wall hit. It'd get to 60 super quick, and then after like 75, 80, it really, you could tell that it was just struggling. So I'm excited to do that. I am going to race. I talked to my brother about it today. I am going to race. I'm going to have him drive my mom's car. She has an Audi RSQ8 carbon pack. The thing's absolutely ridiculous, but at this power level this is at, I think it can give it a pretty good run for its money. Obviously, it sounds way worse, but that car is amazing, and so I would love to see how it stacks up against something like that, because you're talking over double the value of this is what that Audi cost, and it's a twin turbo V8. So the fact that a twin turbo V6, it's a 3 liter, I think that's a 4 liter V8. The fact that a twin turbo V6, a 3 liter twin turbo V6 would be able to hold its own on something like that, that's $130,000+ car, would be awesome to see. And if it does, I think that just really speaks for the platform in itself. These things are still pretty new. I mean, they're coming out with more stuff for them all the time, but I guarantee you somebody's going to have one of these. It's going to be over 800 horsepower before too long. Once they do the clutches, bigger turbos, some injections and stuff like that. There's already guys running, I don't know if it's bigger turbos, but it's just remanned turbos, like upgraded, basically. You send your core in, and then they do the upgrading on it. And so I really don't know. I'm sure it's like a bigger inlet. They do like billet bearings and things like that, to where everything turns a lot smoother, builds more boost. But I'm excited to see where this is going to go. Obviously, we're not going to do anything that crazy with it, I don't think, unless it's something that y'all are wanting done. But yeah, just let me know. I'll get the race going this weekend, and we'll go from there. All right, so I'm currently sweating my ass off inside the car. I just filled up with the 85. Tune is almost ready. It says it takes about 6 minutes. It's probably about right. I went ahead and put enough E85 to cover E50 tune. All right, it says it's done. I'm gonna turn it on for 10 seconds. I'm gonna let it reset. So I went ahead and loaded the E50 tune in just to be safe. I honestly think I have a pretty good shot of staying with that Audi. So I will give you guys an update on, man, that startup is so much better than what the stock was. I'll give you guys a update after we get, I'm gonna let this fuel run through it for a minute. Probably the rest of the day before I start romping on it. That's cool. It's a new Raptor. That's the first time I've seen one. I didn't know that they had already hit the roads. But yeah, anyway, so I'll get the gas going through this. I'll give you guys an update on the E50 tune on my way out to my parents' house sometime this weekend, maybe sometime this week, depending on when I have the vehicle. I have to steal it from my wife because it's her car, but I love driving it. And honestly, I like driving it better than my M5. I can do anything in this vehicle. It's faster to 70 or 80 than my M5 is, which is crazy to even say, but without the traction, 700 horsepower M5 can't go nowhere. We're rear wheel drive, and this thing is already to 80 by the time I'm hitting second gear. So I have to steal it from her. But as soon as I get it, do a little revision on everything, kind of give you guys, show you guys what this thing can do on the sauce.